A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
So a very good morning to all of you, my dear students. As you can see that we are heading towards a new chapter, that is the key elements of a democratic government. And as I have discussed earlier with you all, that what is a democratic government? It is a government where people used to elect their representatives on their behalf, and those representatives used to take decisions on behalf of the people, and it is supposed that they will take decisions for the welfare of the human being, for the welfare of the citizens of the country. It is supposed that they should take good decisions so that it can be beneficial for the citizens of the country. That is the democratic type of government where people do not rule directly, but people rule indirectly with the help of their representatives. They can change those representatives in after a fixed time of year also, so that if they do not perform according to the need of the citizens of the country, then they can change them also. They can change the power also. So that is the democratic type of government where we used to elect our own representatives who will take decisions and who will work on our behalf. So let us start the chapter with the name of the Almighty also. Since your childhood, you must have been seeing very pomp and splendor of an election campaign. You must be seeing when there is a time of election, then you will see a lot of banners have been posted in the streets. Even a lot of rallies are going on. People are doing rallies and they are chanting some slogans on behalf of their parties. So everyone start just focusing on their party, and everyone start just campaigning about their projects and about their parties. And you must be also saying, have seen that people used to discuss about politics around those days. Parents, elders, everyone who are adult, who are having the chance to cast vote, who are above 18 years and above, they all discuss about this political situation, whom they want to elect as their representative. People start discussing. Even political parties, they start campaigning. They start giving promises to the citizens, saying that we will do this and we will do that, we will remove all your problems. So this type of promises we used to hear during the time of election, during the time of electing them. You must also have seen leaders addressing election meetings, है ना? Leaders addressing those election meetings, and they are canvassing with folded hands on cars and jeeps. और उनके बड़े बड़े पोस्टर लगे होते हैं cars में, jeep में, है ना? हाथ जोड़े हुए रहते हैं वो लोग. They are with folded hands and they are showing they are showing on their photographs or images in the cars, in the banners by holding their hands like this one. So they distribute pamphlets, they distribute leaflets. You might find during this election time a lot of pamphlets and leaflets are coming out of the newspaper also. So everywhere there is a festival like thing goes on during the time of election. So an election is a festival to celebrate democracy. That is the most important festival. It should be in our life, because in a democracy country, in a democratic country, if you're living, then you must be very aware. You must be aware about the election time, about the election, whom you want to elect as your representative. So it is the greatest festival, you can say, in a democratic country. Election is one of the important and very legal, or you can say very, very important festival, because it is the time to celebrate democracy. It is the time when people used to feel, yes, we are all equal, because our values of the votes are equal. Means everyone is having the same value of their vote. Everyone, all the adult citizen of the country is having now the chance to change the government, to teach them a lesson if they haven't performed according to the needs of the people. It is the time to teach them. It is the time to see them with their folded hands. It is the time to listen to their promises. Whether they will fulfill or not, that is the later on thing, but they used to make a lot of promises. So it is really a great time for a democratic country, for the citizens of a democratic country. We used to celebrate this as a festival, and we must be very careful while electing our representative, because if we will elect not a good representative, then we are not going to get any type of benefit. So if you want to grow, if you want your country grow, and if you want progress in your life also, then be very careful while electing your representative in a democratic government. That is the thing. So we are going to talk about the elections, because elections is one of the backbone of a democratic government, and we will have to take care of that particular backbone. That elections should be done in a fair manner, in a fair way. You can say elections are the very heart and soul of a democratic polity. It is clearly and it is truly written, my dear students, that elections are really the heart and soul of a democratic polity. Now let us learn by example how the non-white people in South Africa, they struggled for decades. For more than 10 years, they struggled and they sacrificed their lives to secure the right to participate in elections. So, my dear students, in India, we have got the right to vote. We have got the right to participate in elections. But we were not having this right during the British government. Only few people were allowed to cast their votes. But we have struggled a lot. We have struggled. Many of the freedom fighters have given their life also to secure this right to participate in election, secure the right to vote in the elections. It is not an easy task, my dear students, to get this right to vote in an election. If you are having the right, then it means that you are really the true citizens of a country, and you can participate in the affairs of the government also. Okay, my dear students, so elections are the very heart and soul of our democratic country. Now we have to go through, there is a case study about the people in South Africa. How the non-white people, non-white matlab jo log gore nahi hote, those who are non-white, those who are black. So how the non-white people in South Africa, they struggled for decades and they sacrificed their lives to secure the right to participate in election. So they fought, they struggled more than 10 years, more than 20-30 years to get the right to vote. वोट देने का हक पाने के लिए these non-white people, they have struggled in South Africa, but now they are having the right, but it is not easy that they have got this right to vote in election. What they have done and what was the era before this right to vote that they have got, let us go through. Apartheid is a situation, or is it is a system? Apartheid, what is it? It is a system or a situation where we can see South African people were divided into white, black, Indian and colored races. Means apartheid is a system which is used to separate people, which is used to divide the people among different caste or different races, according to their races or according to their caste or according to their religion. So it is a system to divide people. And in South Africa, there were 4 groups of people, my dear students. There were white people, black people, Indian were also there who were living there, and even there were people of different color also. Alag-alag color ke log bhi hote the. Someone is very good, someone is very white, someone is very black, someone is average. So different color people were also there. So apartheid is such a situation or a system which divide the people. As per the law of the land, these races were not allowed to mingle with each other, to live near each other. Even they cannot use common facilities also. यानी कि law के हिसाब से, according to law of that particular area, they cannot sit together, they cannot stay together. These white, black, Indian and color races people, they have to live separately. वो एक साथ नहीं रह सकते थे. That is the law. यही वहाँ का कानून था कि वो लोग साथ में मिल के नहीं रह सकते. They were not allowed to mingle. Mingle means to mix with each other, to live near each other. यहाँ तक कि वो आपस में एक दूसरे के पास भी नहीं रह सकते. And they were not allowed to use the same common facilities. अगर एक facility, suppose there is a zoo. है ना. अब जू है तो सब लोग जा सकते हैं, बट नो, जू के बाहर में इस टाइप का बोर्ड लगा हुआ रहेगा कि ओनली व्हाइट पीपल कैन कम ओवर दिस प्लेसेस. यू कैन सी दिस वन, दिस बोर्ड, यू कैन सी दिस बोर्ड. क्या लिखा है इसमें देखो, फॉर यूज बाय व्हाइट पर्सन, मींस दिस पब्लिक प्रीमाइसेस. लिखा क्या है देखो, ओनली व्हाइट पर्सन कैन गो दिस पर्टिकुलर बिल्डिंग, कैन यूज दिस बिल्डिंग. वो बिल्डिंग हो सकता है म्यूजियम हो, दैट माइट बी जू ऑल्सो. जू के बाहर में भी लगा हो सकता है, कोई पार्क के बाहर में भी ये बोर्ड लगा हो सकता है. So it is clearly written, you can see over here, that these can be used only by white persons. These public premises and the amenities thereof, means the facilities, what is there in the inside the premises, inside the premises. So those facilities, even the premises, have been reserved for the exclusive use of the white persons. You can see, my dear students, it is written कि ये सिर्फ white persons ही use करेंगे. और ये किसका order है? By order of the provincial secretary. वहाँ के जो secretary है वहाँ का order है. This type of board was there in South Africa at that time, my dear students. So you can see there was a great division of the people. South Africa was banned from playing international cricket also during this apartheid era. During this time, the South African were not also allowed to play international cricket also, because there was a division among the people. You can see South Africa was governed by apartheid laws. These are the laws which will divide the people, apartheid laws. That means separations on the basis of race. I told you earlier that apartheid का meaning क्या होता है? Apartheid means separation, अलग करना, on the basis of race, that is the color के हिसाब से, religion के हिसाब से लोगों को अलग कर देना. The minority population of whites, minority यानी these people were very small number, they were in small number. White people जो थे वो बहुत small, कम थे number में, बहुत कम था population, but they were ruling the majority of the people who were non-white, but they were ruling on the people who were non-white, and they were quite large in number. लेकिन फिर भी ये कुछ लोग जो minority लोग जो थे, बहुत कम population के थे, वो लोग राज कर रहे थे इन बड़े population के ऊपर में जो लोग non-white थे. So there must be some reason. Let us go through. The whites dominated all walks of life. The whites means the white people were dominating everywhere, means their laws were there everywhere. The non-white led an inferior and miserable life. और जो non-white लोग जो थे उनका जिंदगी जो है बहुत miserable था, गरीबी में रहते थे वो लोग, inferior था, superior जिंदगी नहीं जीते थे वो लोग, बहुत गरीबी में जीते थे. They were very poor also. There were separate hospitals and ambulances for white and non-white people. You can see white people के लिए hospital और ambulance अलग होता था, and non-white के लिए hospitals और ambulance अलग होता था. They were having different type of services. You can even see that there was separate bus, train, even bus stop. अलग अलग बस, अलग ट्रेन और अलग बस स्टॉप भी होते थे. यानी कि only white can travel in this bus, only non-white can travel in this bus. This was the thing of that South Africa at that time. Non-white were not allowed to vote. Non-white को वोट देने का भी हक नहीं था. The most fertile and irrigated lands were reserved for white people. है ना, जो अच्छे जमीन थे जहाँ पर अच्छे से खेती बाड़ी हो सकती है, इरिगेशन हो सकता है, वो रिजर्व था किसके लिए? white के लिए. The black and the colored people have to cultivate on infertile, barren and marshy land. Infertile जहाँ पर जरखेज नहीं है, जमीन अच्छा नहीं है, barren land है जहाँ पर पानी नहीं है, सूखा जमीन है, जहाँ पर बहुत कीचड़ वगैरह है, marshy land है, वो सब जमीन किसके लिए था? वो non-whites के लिए. The principle underlying all this discrimination was whites were birthed by superior to the colored people. ये discrimination क्यों था? By birth. It was by birth. They were saying that whites are superior. Whites लोग जो है वो हमेशा superior रहेंगे colored people के, यानी कि जो लोग colored हैं, जो mixed color हैं, जो black हैं, जो less than black हैं, सब उन लोग के ऊपर में superior होंगे. That is by birth. The blacks were forced to learn the African language of the whites. The blacks को जबरदस्ती उनका language सिखाया जाता था, African language. That was the language of the white at schools. The blacks had naturally affinity for their mother tongue. लेकिन blacks को किस चीज से मोहब्बत था? They loved their own language, their mother tongue Zulu. That is all in this class, my dear students. We will meet again in our next class.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.